afternoon. My name is Dan Navarez. I am the Vice President and Managing Partner at Century 21 Realty Masters, and I'm the Vice President of the Greater Downey Association of Realtors. And we are here with our 4th edition of Lunch with a Top Producer. I have my co-host,
Ruben Sarignano with Century 21 Event Service, also a director at the Greater Downey Association. And with us is
Erica Moreno with Century 21 All-Stars.
and we're excited about this edition because it's the first edition that we have a female agent with us.
That's right.
So come on in and join us for lunch.
yes.
Go.
Okay. Well, we're here with our 4th edition of Lunch with the Top Producer, and we're here with Erica Moreno from Century 21 All-Stars. Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the business, when you got started, and so on.
Okay, so I've had my license for about 8 years now. But full-time, I would say I've been doing this for maybe 4 years.
So you started part-time.
Actually, I will let you know exactly how that worked out. I left the subprime business before, and I decided to get into real estate while I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
I took the test, I passed it, and as I, had my child, I did real estate. But then I had a baby, so I was doing it part-time with friends and family and
Sure.
that. So it's not really, I wasn't really at an office. I was more at
home.
home. At home, yes.
Terrific. Good.
And when you started the business, did you see a difference once you started going into the office?
Day and night.
Day and night.
Absolutely day and night. It was, I never knew that you can actually do so well if you dedicate yourself. It went night and day. So that was very, very, very good to know that going to an office that actually helps you get a little consistent will make you grow so much and so fast.
Terrific, terrific. Now, when you started at the larger office,
Yes.
what activities were you out doing to get your career on the right track?
Okay, so that's funny because when I actually first started, I went to the office and then I came back full-time and then part-time. So when I met with our broker, Joe, he said, okay, Erica, you're going to do great. Go ahead and start doing your daily activities, which I did, which were my expires and door knocking.
Right.
I was door knocking, and I remember one time it was 101 degrees. It was bad. It was
Like
super
today,
bad.
it seems like, right?
But I was just very consistent. Second, but expires was my cup of tea. That was it.
Outstanding.
That was what actually got me to the next level. Because like I mentioned, I started when my son, now this is my second child,
Okay.
was 3 months.
Wow.
Yes, and then I actually had to go back and leave All Stars. I had to leave because as a mother, you have to have priorities
first,
at home.
absolutely.
You have priorities at home. So I came back to All Stars when he was 2. My son is now 5.
Okay.
Okay? So when I came back, they said, okay, Erica, get back to work. Do what you need to do. And I said, well, what do I do? They said, just do what you got to do. I did the phones for expires, and that first month I got 5 listings.
Wow.
Which was fantastic. I
Wow.
was really
Yes.
excited. I was really happy. And that year I started, I think it was his birthday was April 10th, so he was 2. And I started May 1st I went back to All Stars, and by the end of that year I became a Centurion producer.
Fantastic.
Really? And
Yes.
it's primarily
Story.
from expireds.
Expires.
So you made Centurion status on expireds alone.
Alone.
Wow, that is
Yes.
awesome.
And what type of approach did you have with those expires? Were you consistent with it? How did you go
Well, that's
about
all
it?
I had. Think about it. Besides my friends and family, which I've already helped, in the previous years as a stay-home mom
Sure.
/ housewife. When I came back, I had to create a new sphere of influence, and when I did, it was just all these random people. So that's all I had to do. Just called, and then once I closed my my listings, then there's where the referrals came in. That's
Okay.
when the referrals started coming in, and that's what it has been working till today. Now I haven't been doing as many as expires as I would like to, because that's really where the business for me started. But it's primarily referrals right now, and I dedicate myself more on listings than I do with home buyers.
Outstanding.
So in the expireds, what year, when you talk about Centurion, what does Centurion mean? There's some agents today who don't know what Centurion means. For us that are in the system,
Yeah.
we know what it means. But for people that don't know, what level of production do you have to hit in commissions for a person to make that status?
Actually, in that year, I wouldn't know exactly what that was, but I think right today, a Centurion producer needs to make $263,000 in a year.
Okay.
Back 2-3 years ago, it was a little less.
220, I think
It
it was.
changes every year. I
It
think
changes
like
every year. They want to get more out of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They
So,
do.
but it's all over 200,000.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Erica, so with two young kids, what's your schedule look like? I mean, how do you keep that in order and then your real estate industry?
It's hectic, that's for sure. But my schedule is as follows. I take my kids to school, and as soon as I drop them off, I go directly to the office. So I get to the office around 8:15. And I have to pick them up from school as well. Therefore, I leave the office at 2:15. They get out at 2:35, okay? So Monday through Thursday, 8:15 to 2:15.
Okay.
And Fridays, 8:15 to 12, because they get out at 12:30.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Yes.
Okay.
I don't work weekends because I'm with my kids. And once I get home, of course, I try to work as much as possible, but there's nothing like going into the office and dedicating yourself full on in the office.
So,
Now,
so you're saying that your day pretty much ends at 2:15
yes, pretty much that's where the time that it ends.
when it comes to the
Prospecting
Yes.
and lead generating and getting, business for a month from now.
Okay.
It stops there.
So how many transactions have you closed this year under
Right
that
now?
schedule that you have?
As of today, I think I've closed 18.
18 transactions in
transactions.
6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Working,
8 or
scheduled
6
till
hours.
2:15. Wow.
And I take a lunch sometimes.
Wow.
Very
Sometimes.
No.
Let me ask you about your husband.
Yes.
How's he help you out?
At first, it was a little difficult. Because I was on the phone or, hey, what about us kind of thing. And I'm sure a lot of women
Sure.
go through this. They kind of feel like a little neglected, I guess. So I had to kind of compromise and say, I'm making it work. I pick up the kids. I don't neglect the kids. I'm here. I still make you dinner. I still wash clothes. I still do all this. It's just let me try it out. Once, of course, the sphere started working and I started getting phone calls, and of course paychecks were coming in. He's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Do your thing.
It's a little easier then.
Do your thing. But he has helped a lot now. Because once I get home, he gets home around 5 o'clock. So any listing appointments, if I have, I'll do it then. I'll just go and I'll do a listing appointment, or if I have to do any showings, I'll go do that at that time as well. Because during the first part of the day
Sure.
is lead generation, and of course any inspections or appraisals or anything. I schedule everything in the morning so I can accommodate my schedule.
Okay. So what programs do you have that you think that have helped you stay consistent with your sphere that maybe maybe some other people don't want to maybe look into?
CRM that I use is called Top Producer.
Okay.
I put all my information in there, and pretty much every quarter automatically I send like a postcard of how are you doing, or look at the weather, it's hot, because there's different type of postcards that you can
Sure.
actually send. But then again, it also kind of tells you when you should kind of follow up and call them. So that actually works when I'm kind of slow, because again, I am pretty busy with the transactions that I have.
Sure.
That sometimes when I'm like, okay, what can I do to generate more business? Then I'll jump on that. Because I'll also, again, prospect pretty much every day. I'll still try my expires. So every minute of my day is trying to think what I can do to generate the next escrow. Because they said you need to think about how to negotiate contracts, get your prospecting done, and there's one more that I don't remember what the third one is. Sorry, Joe. Follow up. Yes, follow up. If you do that every day,
Yes.
then you're on the right path.
Okay.
And that's something I do all the time. So that's what's working. Hopefully I answered that question.
So when you look at your transactions that you close, do you look at how much you have pending in escrow, how much dollars have generated? What do you focus on? Do you look at sides of business? How's that play out for you?
I do look sides of business just to keep myself on track to see if I'm going to reach my goal. That's it.
And so what is your daily goal on the sides? I mean, your monthly goal, I would say.
Monthly goal, I kind of like three.
Okay.
Three, I would feel okay.
Okay, so 3 would be your base.
Yes.
Okay. And you look at that more so than when it comes to the actual commissions.
Oh yes, the commissions I don't look at. I don't look at them. I don't calculate them. I don't even pay attention to them until I actually get paid. Yes, I guess escrow asks you what's your commission split, and I'll just say what it is, 2.5 or 3. And then at the end, just look at my paycheck and say if that's what it is. But I never count my checks. Through my escrows, however escrows I have right now, I don't know what I have in my pipeline. I don't keep track of that.
It's all about the service.
It's all about the service, because if you actually just keep working, and this is what I learned from my broker, if you keep working and working and working, it's all going to come back to you. It's all going to come back to you if you do it right. If you don't do it right, you're not going to close, and that money is not yours. So that money is never yours until you do your job correctly.
So what do you say to other women that are moms and have those responsibilities and use that as a perhaps a reason, and maybe it's not a reason, but that they're not productive?
An excuse.
An excuse, without, they say it as an excuse. What do you say to them? Like how can they overcome that? What advice can you give them?
I would ask them, how much do you really want how much do you really want this? Because if you actually do want it, it can be attained. I'm not the greatest. I don't have a magic pill. I don't have the magic words. I don't. I just know that I have 5.5 hours to make something work. That's it. And it's my time to shine if I can, and I'm going to make it during these times. It's just being accountable for myself. So I'm going to ask this person. And I've talked to many women, by the way, and any woman can come and call me and ask me, because I actually do like helping. People might think I don't, but I do. I would just tell them, if you really want to get to the next level, you have to just believe in yourself, have the mindset that it can happen, and do it. That's it. Don't expect to get lucky. Do we get lucky? Yes. Do we get a referral out of nowhere?
That's
Yes,
right.
we do. But because you did something right in the first place.
That's right.
That's it. That's it. So if you, and see, the thing is, I don't understand. Sometimes they say, well, Erica, I do the same thing. I'm right next to you. I call the same amount of time. And I said, but do you believe in yourself? Do you have that faith that you can actually do it? Are you hesitant? Because if you are, that's hindering yourself. And if you're not portraying, you can't portray that to your client.
Right.
Very
That's
confident.
interesting.
Yes.
You always hear me say, my people always hear me say, 90% of the success in this business is between your ears. And what I'm talking about is mindset.
That is true.
And it appears you've got that mindset that's going to make you successful and get you to whatever
I
it is
try.
you need to do.
Yes,
Right.
that's great.
Right.
Now I look at also when it comes to your environment, how many agents is in that environment, and where do you rank so that people can see that in the amount of transactions that you've done year to date, where that puts you in those 6 hours that you invest
Right.
every day, because that's important.
Our office right now has around, I think, 180 agents in our office
Okay.
right now. And as of last night, I am number 3. We have
Nice.
two male realtors, and then myself.
Wow.
Right now.
So you're the number one
Congratulations.
agent,
Female.
female
Female
agent
agent.
in the company.
Yes.
Wow.
My
That is
goal is
awesome.
to be the number 1
Overall.
In the company.
overall.
All
Yes.
right.
Awesome.
in my
All right.
limited hours. But
Terrific.
That's really awesome.
Yes.
So guys, it's on. This is
It's on, yes. So now I look at in hearing all this, and I is there the systems that you have, you talked about, is your sphere of influence, your past clients now, he uses top producer, right? What do you see yourself moving forward? Is there anything else that you'd like to perhaps start and to enhance your business? Is there anything else that you're looking into at the moment?
Right now, I'm not looking into, starting my own company, or I can't. Right now, what I'm really concentrating is being a fantastic realtor and a fantastic mother. Okay, so I'm 50-50. In my future, I do see, maybe getting into something bigger for myself, but right now I can't.
Yeah.
I
No, I
have-
guess the question that I was referring to more is in your business, the realtor side of it. Is there anything another system that you're going to see that you're going to add to start seeing how you can generate more income? Is there anything that you'd like to tap into?
Another system?
Yes.
An actual system besides maybe getting some help with another assistant, maybe, but not another
Okay.
like a lead generation system.
good.
No.
Okay, so you're going to stick with what's worked for you.
Yes.
Wonderful.
As of right now, yes.
Let me ask you, for new agents starting
Okay.
out, especially women who are out there just starting out that may have kids, what advice would you give them to start out?
The biggest thing, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, is just believing in yourself, getting good managers, surround yourself with top people. Oh yes, this is what I learned from the beginning, is that you cannot be satisfied being the one on top. If you have a group of friends and you're the number one, you're in the wrong group. You're in the wrong group.
That's right.
That's right. You hear
So
that? That's really
you
good.
always have to be in a group that you're always striving to
Become.
reach and become. Correct.
Perfect.
So if a mom or a new agent comes, try to hang out or ask or take someone out to lunch that you want to be like or produce as much as. Because if you do so, you will accustom yourself to be like that person. Not like, oh, the person that says, you know what, I'm not going to go to the office today because it's too hot. No. Or it's raining. No. Remember, those people, the agents that don't show up, make the jobs for the people that do show up much easier.
Right.
Because there's less competition.
That's right.
And I know that as consistent as I am, I'll take it as a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
Because it's not going to change me, it's going to change them.
That's right. That's right.
Terrific. Well, in closing,
Yes.
what advice, what one thing would you like to add to what you've already shared with our viewers out there?
Ad- again, like,
Any words of advice, encouragement that you would like to leave them with?
I would say it could definitely be done. Okay. I always started originally, once I had my 3-month baby, that I was just going to go and do one transaction because, hey, $10,000 a month would be fantastic because, when you worked at a 9-to-5 job,
Sure.
you're making X amount of dollars. So I said, as long as I do one transaction, I'll be fine. But when you push yourself, at least I push myself and see that I can actually do 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 a month, that's when you actually feel that this is a job for you. So my advice is give it a try. Dedicate yourself and prospect. It's out there. It's definitely something that it can be attained as long as you believe in yourself. And I know that there's different agents that have, they're more, systematic. They're just, consistent in their own way, because I am consistent in my own way.
Absolutely.
But I feel like I'm just more like just a regular girl trying to help a family move into a new home or sell a new home, and I just do that a lot faster than many other agents. I just try, it's just a volume thing for me. It's just go, go, go.
Very good.
That's good.
Very good. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us for
Thank
lunch.
you.
I hope our
Yeah.
viewers out there at the Downey Association got a lot out of it. Erica, you're on your way to stardom. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for taking your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.